One who will open our eyes. Now, the opening of these eyes in this dimension, the full opening completely with a perfect sight, cannot be, achieved with the early rain. So, latter rain must begin to fall on us. So, this latter rain has what it takes to open us, our eyes, so that we can come into the very stature of the fullness of Christ. Like I always say, this thing has to do with time. Now he said, ask ye the Lord rain in the time, mark it, in the time of the latter rain. If it is not done in the timing, Paul would have arrived there. He would have. Peter would have arrived there. Some of them would have arrived there. Now because of the timing, Paul said, I was one born out of season. So there are seasons and seasons. So now that I always say we are the most privileged, blessed generation to born in time as this. When he is rounding up the event of the age. So this is actually the generation that will experience the fullness. This is the generation that we see the consummation of all things. That is why we can't afford to play. We can't afford to joke anymore. If we have been joking before, we ought not to joke. Like you see, I liken it in this form. Now, all of us got admission into the university. Then, the way you want to graduate may not be the way I want to graduate. There are some that will pay certain price to come out with first class. And there is nothing wrong if you don't come out with first class. Now, we have not been able to understand the first resurrection. We don't know the purpose of the first resurrection. We don't even know why Paul was crying for. There was something, if by any means. When somebody make a statement that if by any means I might attain, if by any means I might attain the resurrection of the dead, forgetting all things, I'm keeping all that I'm racing for. I want to attain the resurrection. That's what we're now. It is not just going to heaven. No, it's not the issue. It's not the issue. We are already citizens of heaven by new birth. But we're talking about the kingdom. You see, the message of the kingdom have not really been understood. Now, because we'll begin to understand that it's coming to establish a kingdom, and there are a company of men that will reign with the kingdom. Now, someone was sharing of a man who slept with his father's wife. He said that on the last days that he shall be saved. That even though they're a Christian, you can live anyhow. Though he may be saved, but he'll be saved when the firstborn company begin to teach the nations of the world righteousness. You get the point now? So God is raising, these are those that will reign with Christ, this firstborn company church. That's why you and I must be in that team, in that company. It's a company I'm longing for. And there's a price with responsibility. You can't live anyhow. It's not just living anyhow. There are prices. There are self-denials. You must deny yourself. But to deny is not easy. The world has glory, and this glory can rob you. So when you see a man running out of this life, in fact, yesterday, somebody took me around and just, went to pay a visit. She said that I should follow her. She began to show me houses, buildings at Amu or where they build all these new houses, powerful house, good house. He said, Pastor D, how do you feel if you get a house here? And I was reasoning at it. It dawned on me that Babylon has glory. Babylon has glory. And this is actually what the church embraced. So the moment the church embraced this thing slain the church. It is Babylon that slain the church. So they begin to have this desire. The desire are not godly desire. So they're no longer pursuing the life. They're no longer pursuing Christ. Not even to talk. They don't even know what they call the man-child company. In fact, somebody told me that I've not heard about it before. A Christian for 30 years that I've not heard about this company before. That's why John said, we begin to prepare. Come that I may show you. Talk about the marriage of the Lamb. They have made themselves ready. They are now putting on white apparel. This is the righteousness acts of the saint. This is the righteous. You see, that is imputed righteousness. Now the reason for imputed righteousness is so that I will begin to bear fruit of righteousness. I need to bear fruit of righteousness. Like yesterday, I was showing them all that the work that Jesus did, all his works, all his teachings. One thing I appreciate so much, anytime I come there, the moment when he said, if you see me, you have seen the Father. So I have become the expression of the Father in all aspects, inward and outward. They have to write us inward and outward. That's why the book we are written in and without. It was written in and without. Until you begin to understand these operations, how the bride comes, we cannot follow suit. Praise God.